So I'm out here today testing this Ruana cloak, and I got the idea for the Ruana cloak from a YouTube channel, Living Anachronism. That's a Kramer on that channel, and he had a Ruana cloak, one cloak to rule them all. He called the video, and it seemed like a really awesome idea, really versatile cloak. The only problem I had with it was too small, really not enough coverage for what I want. I want more coverage, so I made it bigger. Basically, I just used the whole blanket and just cut a slit in the front. And I tried that, and it was too big, really. This part, when I would walk, would work its way down and slowly fall all the way down to here. So I'm constantly throwing this thing back over my shoulder a lot. I walked down a really steep slope, really rocky steep slope, to give it a really good test, and then walk through the woods at the bottom. And it fell off 6 times while I walked down the hill. And then after that, and I just called it a fail, and I wrote it off as not going to work. I saw on another YouTube channel, that would be Iodo, the Dwarven Ranger, had an excellent idea, because I tried it, and I just cut the width of it, put my arms out straight, and cut the width at my wrists on both sides. And I left the length the same, because like I said, I want as much coverage as possible. So I left the length the same. And it works much better. I did the same thing, walked down the same hill. It didn't fall off one time. My hand is free. It was free in the other one, just not as well. That's one of the things I like about this cloak, is that this hand is free to hold my bow as I walk, and this hand can easily be free, as you can see. You just slip it out here, and if you need to use it, this side of your body is still pretty covered by the other part of the cloak, even if you're using this hand. So I like that, and I like that it doesn't have a closure. It doesn't need any kind of snaps or ties or anything. Even with my blanket cloak, it just has the little slip knot, but that's something, and I've lost that thing more than once, so there's that. With this one, the closure is just throw it over your shoulder. This is the way I probably would wear it the most. You could wear it like this. Maybe this would be good around camp, I would think. But again, that's the good thing about this versatility. With my blanket cloak, there's only one way you can really wear it. I guess you could wear it closed in the front, closed in the side, but that's really it. But this cloak works a lot better if you want to do just a cloak. If you want a cloak that's also going to double as a blanket, this isn't going to work for me. It's too narrow, now that I cut it down, with the split in the center, to use as a blanket. I could put this on the ground and lay on top of it and cover up with the blanket cloak. Then I have 2 cloaks. But even with the blanket cloak, I'm going to have something to lay on the ground underneath me, another piece of wool to lay on the ground underneath me, and then cover up with the blanket cloak. Because the blanket cloak is just not enough to wrap up in it and get, a layer underneath me and a layer on top of me. So I'm still going to need another piece. So maybe this in the blanket cloak, maybe just a piece of wool in the blanket cloak. I'm going to have to do some more testing with this.